I'll never forget, I was at summer camp when I was a teenager, and the speaker said this. He said, "It's okay not to sin." I think sometimes as Christians, we just get way too comfortable with sin. We get way too used to it. We begin to excuse it, and we just make it okay. I'm not perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. And we begin to just accept sin as part of our lives. And it's amazing the sins that we can just live with, and maybe we struggle with, or maybe we've just accepted them into our life. And yet, as we read scripture, as we dig in, there's this call to holiness that is there. There's this call to more, to be set apart, to be different from the world, and to live for God. And that expectation of holiness and the expectation of obedience seem to go hand in hand. Now, I think as the church, we can err on two sides. One, we can become so legalistic where we're running around telling everybody where they're messing up, that nobody can be real, nobody can be authentic. And so we all just lie to each other and we say, hey, I'm doing good, I'm doing fine, I've got it all figured out. It's the rest of y'all that are messing up. Truth is, if you've been in church long enough, you've probably seen that. I think on the other side, we can come to a point where we just go, hey, we all sin. I'll make mistakes. Anybody want to go out for a couple of drinks at the nudie bar after work today? And we hit this point where we just excuse all the things. We just go like, hey, we can live, we can do whatever we want. It doesn't really matter because God forgives us. God takes care of us. God is good. He understands. And can I tell you, he doesn't understand. In fact, God and sin, holiness and sin cannot go hand in hand. And if we ever convince ourselves that God understands and therefore excuses our behavior, we're missing it. So Christian men, can we wrestle tonight with what it looks like to live in holiness, to live in obedience, but also to sit under the grace that God gives us when we fall short. I love y'all, praying for you as you go through this conversation.